Just want to give you a quick update on the hurricane coming through here. Just show you some of the stuff. Then I'll show you tomorrow what happened. I think today's 10/6. I'm not sure, but this is the tonight will be the hurricane. So I'm just videoing all these boxes to see what it looked like now. We come back, anything got disturbed. Of course, I know. I just want to show y'all viewers if anything got disturbed. I spent all stinking day tying up stuff, putting stuff in the building. All these boxes, all them boxes, and on that trailer out there. And some behind them boxes, these boxes, tying them blades down, anchoring that stuff down, anchoring that down, anchoring all them boxes down, blah, 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 blah. All stinking day long. So we're going to find out what's going to happen. Hope nothing don't happen. Well, I'm at my home now. We're going to ride it out tonight in this trailer. It's supposed to be a 4. What do you call it, a 4? Just going to give a view of everything like it is. Most of the people still here. A lot of people gone. We didn't eat it. It's not gone. We got some dogs and got some little dogs. We don't want to leave them nowhere, so we're going to be riding in there. Got my generator. Got my tank for water. And most likely won't be no electricity for a couple of days. Anyway, y'all have a good one. This is live for Kissimmee, Florida. It's supposed to hit, I don't know if it hit tonight or in the morning, but hit over on the coast. We ain't 40 miles from the coast, so we're going to get a probably 80, 90 mile wind out of this thing. Well, finally I got my other package in. It's been 2 or 3 weeks I ordered this. You know, we ordered them tires on a Friday. We got them that next Monday, Tuesday. And the tubes were Monday and Tuesday. So there's one universal joint. There's another one. There's a yoke. Paperwork. Another yoke. Another yoke. And another yoke. That's 4 yokes and 2 joints. Well, I cleaned off my pallet. Got everything off of it. Now I'm going to set the tractor back on here and block it up. I'm going to take this front rear now and I'm going to get ready to tear this transmission down and mill the top of this transmission off so I can get some clearance for the drive shaft, universal joint. And I need to take this piece out where I can weld my my hanger bearing bracket in there. So that's what we're going to do today, Saturday. It's probably about something 8 o'clock. Didn't have to work. That's good. So we're going to be doing that this morning. Alrighty then. Well, there she is out with the front end. You see them guys make them tractor like that with the front end hanging up in the air. And they put dual rear ends in the back. I guess if you like that, you like it, but just not my cup of tea. But it's a different thing. It's a different thing. You see where I originally had it there and I moved it down there just because trying to get my motor up higher away from get my rear end lower. And I'm putting 2 bolts to add another piece on here to have 2 bolts into here each side. Now you see what I'm up against. If I try to put a drive shaft on that, you see how much clearance I got. So I'm going to take it in the shot. I'm going to mill this thing down. I'm going to mill this thing down close as I can here and back far as I can here. Then I'll re-drill my 4 holes and put the plate back on. That's the plan. Whether it works, I don't know, but that's the plan. So I got to tear this whole rear end apart. Take the tires off up, pull the axles out, take the back end off, take that off, take this off, clean it out where all my metal shavings won't stick in there when I'm milling. So that's the plan. You know, I could put something a little cheap, universal joint, or a little love joint, but I'm not going to do it. We have the technology here, you might say, for milling this down. And I can go ahead and mill this down. This would be like a one of a kind, you know, for right now. That way I can get a joint on there, and it'll just make it a lot better. Well, I just pressure washed all the grease off of it, so now we're going to take it in the shop and start tearing it down, or we start milling that thing down. Well, I'm going to drain the oil out of it. Take the hydrostat off, take the top off, I'm going to pull the axles out, because I'm going to drill these holes out to 1/2 inch anyway. Put studs and put lug nuts on them. So let's drain the oil. Oh, I need a 9/16. Nah, let's don't do that. Good thing I put this drain plug on the bottom. Makes it very nice. I'll just pull that plug out. Well, I'm going to show some of you guys how to remove these axles if you never did it before. These are the ones that never did it before. Make sure your axle's up where you can move your, this is freely. See it moving there, watch it. See your axle? Alright. I took me a little piece of stiff whatever, like a welding rod, whatever it is, and I ground it and I bent it, made me a little hook out of it. So you take that little hook, clip in there. If you notice, I can't get my clip in that one, but I can jump down the next one down and see the clip coming out. I was trying to. I ain't got no handle on it. I got to bend this wire with a handle on it. Well, maybe this will work. Let's try this. Let's go back to the other one. I won't go in that. Go in that one. So I just pulled it out. There it is, right down there. My rim's got a little water in it. See right there? That white stuff is water. There's your clip right there. Now let's get the other one out. And when you do that, the axle will come out. So if you ever had your axle come out for some reason, it's because that E-clip right here broke. I ain't never heard of it, but it's possible. It's possible that could happen. That E-clip could break. I mean, it could break off. Right across there, separate, fall out, and your axle walk out. Well, there's your one axle. Now let's get this other one. I don't know if you can see them little grooves in there, but I think that's one there. Yeah. I just pulled that and now it landed on my lap, hit the floor down there. So you better be careful you're in the grass and won't lose it. And that's the way you pull the axles out. Just pull it out. There she comes. Already. In order to get this out, you got to take these bolts off the side. So I need to pull this out too. I don't want this thing to get full of shaving chips, and then I put it back together and it screws it up. So let me pull them out. If you're trying to pull one of these E-clips and can't get it out, it's because you might have your hook trying to go in there. It's not going to work. So you got to find another shaft groove. It's in the axle here. So the shaft groove. You got to move over to the next notch. So once you stick your groove in there and pull it out. Just remember, you ever try to pull these hubs off side of these axles? You have a thin side, you have a thick side. So make sure you put the thick side back on would be the passenger side, not the driver's side. The thick goes on the passenger. I forgot to tell you, when you hit this axle with a rubber hammer, this hub, knock it off, that a whole bunch of oil will hit the ground. But you know what happens? Oil gets trapped in here and all in that axle. And you see it turns into slud. What's get trapped, it turns into slud. Look at that down there, that's just pure old slud. So what I'm going to do when I get this thing tore down, I get this pulled out, I'm going to drill me a hole right through there and come out inside the case in there. I just got to miss that rib in there. And so if I do that, I'll never have this problem with this buildup with this slud here. In order to get this chunk out of here, this gear, you got to take these 3 bolts out, pull this bearing out. You might have to do with one side, we'll find out. I hope I can just get away with one side. I can't remember, but I might have to do both sides. We'll find out. Well, I want to show you something from experience. Anyway, when you got this thing down, you see this gear here, and you see this rivet right here, make sure that you move this back and forth. It ain't slipping back and forth. These 2 pieces here ain't slipping back and forth. That these rivets are loose and they wore out. Because my other rear end, my 1650, I bought an $80 reamer. I got these pins all out. I took this ring pinion, I set it in the mill machine, and I bored these holes a little bit bigger, and I took some military bolts and I turned them down. There was a press fit in there. Then I put a nut on it. I put the nuts in dry ice, and I heated this up, expanded it a little bit, and I put them together and tightened them up. So mother ain't going nowhere, so you have to be careful. You have to be careful what you're looking for, because you can miss it real easy. You see that real barrel of the rib over there? Well, that's why I'm going to drill a hole right in there, which will be right through there. They come out there and the oil can drain back in and it won't build up all that slud. You know, if you ever got water in your rear end and the water rose up and leaked over down in this hub, this side, and leaked over this side of the hub, you would never know it. You'd take your rear end apart and drain your oil and all that kind of crap. And this side's still full of water and that's still full of water. So that's why I'm going to drain this, drill a hole. That's what the other tried and I forgot about it. Never did do it. I'm going to drill a hole and prevent that from happening. I'm going to show you how much oil comes out of this hub when I hit it, when I break it loose. I want that to fall out. Gum that tight. I might set this camera down and hold it. You didn't see it, but you see it coming out now? It even went over a big old wad of it. Look at that black ass grease coming out of there. That's not good at all. Where'd my unpack? Look at this slut dripping out of there. Look at that. Chunks of it. This ain't gonna happen again. Ain't gonna happen to nobody else when they get it neither. Cause if I pass on somebody else get it, they won't have this problem. Look at that. All that crap. This gooey tar. Took my rubber mallet. I tried to hit it that way to knock this piece out, but that all against that won't allow you to go that way. So I took this side out, hit it with a rubber mallet here, and I knocked it out. You see where my my shim between there? Don't mix these shims up. Either side, make sure you keep the same amount of shims over here you do over here. If you don't, you're gonna get too much backlash. See how much backlash? Listen to that. That's way too much. That's because that's backed off. I don't know if you ever took one of these chunks out. If you take this thing, I don't know if I can do it with one hand. You got to turn it in an angle, and it come right out of there. Ah, if I get it out, there we go. Ah, you know something? If you was to put this in backwards, you can make this transmission, when it's in forward, go backward. When it's in backward, go forward. So if you want to reverse it that way, that's one way of doing it. I didn't think about that, but you could turn this thing around, but it don't know either way. It'll fit either way. And don't forget how you got it out. Because like I say, you turn around back and put it over here, you get it all together, you're going to be going forward, and you're going back, and you go backwards, you're going forward. So make sure that your gear's back on this side. What I done, I took me a piece of wire, went in there, I wrote a P on it for passenger side. I'm going to tag this over here for driver's side. And I'm going to run my wire through it so my shims ever fall off, and won't never get them mixed up. So I know which side is which. So that's very important. Don't tell nobody, but we're about 5,000 off this way. I think that's about how far we're going to go. It'll go below that line there. I could go a little bit lower, but I might, I don't know yet. It all depends. Well, it looks like I'll be making a new cover for the top. They got a big hole there, so we got to make the cover go further. I'm fixing to go down deeper again. I think I'm going to take it about the width of that again. That's going to make the cover shorter again. I'll make it longer, so it ain't gonna make no difference. We're gonna cut her down. We took off that bottom number right here and a little bit more because I reset the machine. I cut off a little bit, not much, but that's how much we cut off right there. I ain't never thought much about it, but that little brass thing for air, that's for water and getting your transmission real easy right there. So I'm going to plug that hole up and move it over, and I'm going to put me drill another hole, and I'm going to put one like on a car end. It has a little vent with a cover over it. That's what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to, both of my trim will do that, get rid of that. Well, I just drilled me a hole in my case to stop that sludge buildup. Now I got to drill the other side. The other side is going to be hard to do because I need a drill bit that can go here to the other side for what I need. Because it's going to be something going to be in the way over there. I think I might find a drill bit long enough. I ain't sure. But let's see if this here will work. Well, we got a hole through there. Hole all the way through there. See the reason why I couldn't drill it? Let's see where that hole was at. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, it needs to be much lower. That ain't very low. Huh. I need to re-drill that again. I kind of missed it. Well, I got me a hole through it. See the daylight down there? But I had to come back and take this drill and go on an angle and finish clearing the hole out. Well, we got it. Whoop, there it is. I was wanting to put this little vent pipe right here, but it'd be right beside my drive shaft. It'd be too close. It won't be that close. The problem is when I start drilling into one of them things there right behind it, then plus a curve, so that's not a good place. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it in the top of the cover off to one side, the breather, and I'm going to plug that hole there. We tapped that, put a pipe plug in there, so it took care of that. And the size pipe plug at this moment, I don't know, about that big. I don't know what it is. I'm going to say it's either 1/4 or 3/8.